My name is Juanita Kapp. You can reach me at meticulousmacarons@gmail.com or find me on LinkedIn. Since the COVID-19 pandemic hit the globe, I've had the wonderful privilege to meet a wide array of fantastic individuals. These individuals have truly touched my life in so many positive ways. Amongst this group of people, there are authors, public speakers, life coaches, poets, leaders, and visionaries. They are the unsung heroes of our time. Therefore, I decided to start this movement named Meticulous Moments out of a sense of my gratitude. It is my way of giving back to the community. Let us share and reshare their stories in an effort to build a beautiful society. Good day and welcome. Today we will be joined by Sanet van Breda, here with her biography. Sanet van Breda is in her late 50s. She loves her life and never forgets to dance a few times during the day. She's been married to her husband Petrus for 32 years. They have two beautiful children, Davi and Esti. They have also had the privilege to become grandparents. Sanet is a dancer, motivator, positive thinker, mindset cultivator, poet, author, painter, crocheter, and inspired gardener. Being in the corporate world for most of her life, she has learned that no man, or rather no woman, is an island. She believes that we need to work together in order to achieve the highest possible outcomes. Being a vice principal in sales for the African region for many years in the banking industry and dealing with people from around the world, she knows too well that the kind word and friendliness can bring you far in life. Even long after she was retrenched after more than 20 years of service, she still has a lot of friends around the world from her working relationships with them. After being retrenched, she was not sure of what path to pursue and decided to embark on a journey of being a solopreneur. One thing that she has learned from reinventing herself at the age of 55 is that in general, women do not put on their oxygen masks on first, and that most of us believe that we are not good enough. With God as her creator of life, she has founded her company, Self-Love Ignites Me, a company to promote self-love and mindfulness to help people realize that they are the most important person in their world. Her company motto is show up first for yourself, then for others. Step up. Take action to accomplish your goals, and then when you are ready, give your talents and light, meaning soul up. Sanet knows firsthand the overwhelming frustration of being judged on your exterior appearance. She incorporated all her learnings and experiences of her own life after losing a whole person in weight by creating the Monarch Butterfly Master Program. She obtained her certification as a mindfulness teacher, NLP life coach, and executive business coach. Through the master program, she witnessed how hundreds of women were going through the same scenario, and by the fourth week, when the theme of forgiveness was discussed, there were many miracles that happened. This has inspired her to continue with her purpose in life, and thus she created the Diamond Beauties Forever group on Facebook. She started with 49 ladies and after 6 months reached the 400 member mark. With God's hand in all that she is doing, she was able to create the Power Hour meeting that is conducted each Monday. She invites male celebrities to come and inspire the women's group. There are also ladies from the group that have a chance to uplift their fellow Diamond Beauties. As a content creator, she posts daily quotes, motivational messages, and mindfulness tips. Her YouTube channel is growing fast, as well as her following on Instagram and TikTok. Her first poem was titled Smile. Let's welcome Sanet. Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us at Meticulous Moments. We have with us this evening none other than the lovely Sanet van Breda. Sanet, welcome.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much, beautiful Juanita. I was so excited. I could not wait for tonight.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'm very excited to be here with you, and I'm sure the audience are very eager to learn more about you this evening. Please tell us, who are you, Sanet van Breda? Give us some background.
Oh, wow. As you said, my name is Sanet. I am 57 years young. I don't feel that old. I am a mindset cultivator. I know it's a mouthful, but I am a mindfulness teacher and a business and life coach. And I just love life. I love my life. I love everything about life. Breathing is one of my most favorite things to do in life. So dancing every day, that's me. I'm full of energy and positive thinking and all that lovely kinds of things.
Fantastic, fantastic. That is absolutely wonderful. Sanet, tell us, what brought you to where you are in your life now?
Wow, that's a deep question, but a beautiful question. So, ladies and gentlemen, I lost a whole person in weight. So I am going to show you a picture, and I have a fancy camera. So if the camera goes up, let me show you first of all.
That is a fantastic transformation.
Yes, so 3 years ago, I reinvented my life. I never could have even think or imagine how my life currently is going to be. It is even 1,000 times more beautiful and amazing than I ever could figure out. So for me, it happened all on a beach in New Zealand. Our children, and at that stage only one grandson, Zander, moved to New Zealand due to security reasons here in South Africa. And there was a 5 kilometers hike to the cave, and for the life of me, I almost didn't make it. I felt like I'm going to have a heart attack. And while I was standing there and trying to breathe and just trying to get my heart to work with me, I just thought, what if Zander asked me, Omi, why were you not in the cave to take the picture? And then it was very hard on my heart. How could I say to my beautiful grandson, I couldn't make it because your Omi is too fat? And I remember that day it was not a sunny day, I looked over the ocean and I asked God, please God, the weight is suffocating me. Please help me. I would love to be in the picture. Please help me. And I remember the sun came up and it hit my face of all. First my face and then my heart. And then I had the most beautiful energy, sunlight energy. I was in the cave, Juanita. I took the pictures with the children in the cave.
Wow.
But from that moment, my life changed forever. Just amazing.
That is just a wonderful testimony. You know, Sanet, like you inspire people. I would say that your grandchild inspired you to make a change in your life and, you know, to get to that place. And I bet it was a wonderful moment when that sunshine just hit your face and your heart and, you know, everything just changed in that moment. That is a wonderful testimony. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. I want to go to our next question this evening. Let's discuss leadership in general. What is leadership to you?
Okay. Coming out of a corporate environment for almost all my life, I worked till 2020 in corporate. And being retrenched after so many years, I also didn't know exactly what I am going to do, but I knew it's going to be beautiful, and it is. But working in corporate for so many years, one of the things is you are not an island. No man or woman are an island. You need to work together with a common goal. And I know sometimes it's not working very well, but I found out for many years a kind word, taking other people's situation into consideration, brings you much further in life. And then you can all work on that common goal. And there's endless possibilities. So leadership, definitely. Taking other people's, not just feelings, but the way that they are also brought up into consideration. And a small and a kind word brings you very far.
Very true words. Very, very true words. I always, when I work with the youngsters, I always delineate for them the difference between dependence when they are young, being independent and interdependent, so that they will be prepared for the corporate world. And it's true. No man or woman, is an island. We always need someone else. And it's a wonderful thing to hear that you work with them and that you really meet them on that level of leadership that they are on. Because sometimes some of our co-employees are on different leadership levels, and that's good that you have the tactics to work with them on the leadership level that they are on. So I commend you on that. Tell me, Sanet, how do you view self-leadership? How would you describe self-leadership? Because in the corporate world, we work with managing yourself, managing others, managing the corporate environment, managing stakeholders. But what is self-leadership to you? What does that mean?
Okay. For me, I always say you're never too old to learn something new. And if you can have a 1% better day, doesn't matter on is it something you have learned, it enhances you. If you can be 1% better than yesterday, then you have actually taking action and you are far better than yesterday. And if you take all the 1% and the learnings that you learn every day, and by the end of the year, how much amount will that be? So yes, definitely self-learning, it's a very good thing. And then the next thing I would like to mention is your time management. Because not just as a leader, but as a person that have to report to another leader, you have to manage your time and make sure that the people that are working with you are doing what they're supposed to do. And then equally, you have to report and also make sure your time management is in good shape. I will not say in perfect order, because all of us know time management is a big tamaleki. I think but I want to use.
I absolutely love that word because it describes the situation so well. I mean, the word just has that essence. So now I also love that word completely. It's completely appropriate. I wanted to mention that, also in leadership, what I always tell the people that we train is that when we compare, we compete. And nothing is a competition. It's always about your self-development, personally and professionally. So I think when it comes to leadership, especially self-leadership, there is a lot of discipline involved. Because to be able to manage your time effectively does take discipline. Say no to the things that are not a priority now in order to get to your priorities, in order not to let the team down or to, in order to meet the goals. So now I agree with you. Time management is a very difficult thing that we deal with, a phenomenon. But if we are disciplined, it becomes much easier. Sanet, I want to ask you, how does leadership make a difference in people's lives? I mean, you have worked with so many different people. How have you seen leadership transform their lives for the better?
I can just say something regarding myself, my story. Let me tell you. For me, when there's a manager that really takes time out and invest his or her time with you and try to put you in the right order and, find out how your day was, just your day. If you're feeling down, they will come and speak to you. For those managers, I would have done anything. I work extra harder. I will go the extra mile. But too many of my previous or my managers didn't they just wanted job output. They didn't care how you did it, what's going on with you. Yes, you did do your job. You did do what you needed to do, because end of the day, you still wanted a salary. End of the day, you still wanted to be classified as being a good worker, so that if there's a possibility of bonus that you will be getting it. So you did. But for those managers that have gone the extra mile for you, you have done the extra mile. And I also, when I had people that reported to me, I really felt, spending a lot of time with them made a big difference, because I could have asked for anything and they would have done it for me. So yes, definitely giving attention where attention needs, and then also equally, if there is some times that you have to have a difficult discussion, have the guts, have the bravery to do that, because you don't know how you shape that person's life by being honest if something is not on the right path, or if the person is going on the wrong path. So that is also equally important to do that.
Definitely. Leadership is a responsibility. And I think a part of that responsibility is to build relationship with the people that we lead, getting to know them personally, being involved in their lives, letting them know they're not just an employee, they are valued. And I think that also increases their passion, for their job, and their vigor for the projects that they, are gifted with, and to also let them have a say in the commencement of the projects. I've spoken to previous leaders before, and we also mentioned that, if there's someone on the team that has a better idea than the main leader or the manager, it's okay, because we have to tap into everybody's creativity. So now I agree with you, definitely. Thank you very much. Sanet, what type of leadership style do you recommend for optimal results? You've come from the corporate world, you've worked with teams, you've had people that report to you. What type of leadership style did you adapt, or did you use, or did you utilize to make sure that the team was, moving effectively and working efficiently together?
I know that, sometimes you needed a little bit a stronger approach, but in a way, I never did that. I know that you also mustn't be too friendly, but I didn't. I just, for me, I needed to, there was a goal to be accomplished. And, I had God on my side. Every morning when I started to work, I asked God, please put us on the right track, help us to help each other. So for me, I know that the way that I was handling most of my groups that reported to me was friendly. Give everybody a chance to say they say. And for me, it worked out wonderfully. I think there was not a lot of stress. Yes, we did have fun, but all of our projects came out most of the time on the top end of what we had to achieve. So yes, definitely. I know there's some of the manager. I had a few that was very odd, string, and it was difficult to. You were just too scared to speak up. So yes, now for me, give everybody a chance to say what they think, and then also give appreciation, and never take somebody else's success as your own. That is not a good thing for me as well.
Very true, very true. And I think, I agree with you, because I think when we create a work environment that's pleasant, when people come to work, they want to be there. I mean, we spend our whole day at work mostly, and how much more effective will we be if it's a pleasure to go to work, if you're excited to see your boss and your employees and your leaders. So I agree with you, absolutely. And I think every situation is unique. I think certain environments call for more strict rules, and other environments work for, a softer approach. Also very important, Sanet, is to, what is your view on this? I was just actually thinking about this, approaching different people according to their personalities. I know you work with people with different personalities. Does your approach differ from person to person?
Yes, definitely. But before I answer you with this one, I just know that the last few years with the COVID situation, that mostly working from home. So I just wanted to mention one thing.
Yes.
I know that I have left the corporate world in December 2020, but I am in the house where my husband is still working for the same institute, and I hear daily how he is trying to motivate his staff to get off their beds and to make their beds and to have working clothes on. I think even there is now more pressure on managers, because they don't see their staff anymore. They must totally rely on their staff's trustworthiness is a big thing now. But also motivation, because it's sometimes easier for them to flick on a movie and then not to work. So yes, I think there's much more responsibility on managers now with COVID. And then the question that you asked for the different personality, yes, of course. You have to change your style of approach, first of all, of the way that you ask, the way that you will deliver. If you need to do a speech or deliver an important message, you have to do that. And sometimes you don't know that person's personality as yet. Then you take a middle approach, and then you will know next time I have to do this, or I can stay the way that I was. But I always believe if you're honest and authentic, then everything is just working out perfectly.
Definitely. That is absolutely true. And I agree with you. The new normal has definitely affected leadership in general. I think we're all still adapting to the hybrid way of doing things. And I think leaders have really had to dig deep into their skills, and also maybe had to work on themselves in the COVID period on how to approach meetings and team building and relationship building and, reaching those goals. So I agree with you, definitely. But it is,
I'm so sorry. I just want to say I said to my husband the other day, I said to him, Petrus, I call him Petrus, or my an Afrikaans liefie. I said, with all this adoption, with the new way of working, there isn't a manual. This pandemic never happened before. So people had to reinvent almost everything from scratch. If you think about the meetings and team building and just everything. So yes, with all the new things and all the new ideas that managers came up to with this adoption, with the new, I know you say new normal. It's just amazing how resilient
Mm.
Oh, so I just thought I will mention that.
Fantastic. No,
He
that's
just laughed at
absolutely
me and said, yes, I need you right.
I'm sure he agreed because he's living it. We are in that hybrid space now. So, yes, no, that's fantastic. Fantastic. Sanet, please give us the backstory of the Diamond Beauties, the wonderful group that you started that ministers to women. I mean, we would really like to know the backstory of how did you start the Diamond Beauties? What ignited that passion in your heart?
Okay, thank you. I'm so happy you asked me this. So, Unita, I do not have a diamond ring. I always, sorry, I always wanted a diamond ring. There was never enough money for a diamond ring. So in July last year, I wanted to start a group of women, to say, ladies, let us come together. We've got a common ideal.
Yes.
First of all, to love yourself. That was my biggest thing. Love yourself. Put your mask on your own face. And then, first of all, love yourself and love others. And then mindfulness. Mindfulness and self-love have saved me, have helped me to lose all that weight.
Wow.
So when I prayed, and then, I prayed a lot, and then I got this name during the night. I dreamed Diamond Beauties. So last year in August, I started on the WhatsApp group, My Diamond Beauties. And I knew exactly what we're going to discuss. I knew exactly when we're going to have our meeting every Monday. We've got an hour. We call it a power hour. I knew I wanted to select male energy. So select male celebrities for 20 minutes.
Yes.
Have a 5-minute in between meditation, poem reading, or something softer, but coming from the Diamond Beauties, and then 20 minutes from the Diamond Beauties to come and tell their story. Because a lot of us have beautiful stories, but we don't have somewhere to put it out or to give it out. And I know my story. And the Monarch Butterfly program that I have done for my clients have changed so many ladies' life. It's like a miracle. And then I went on a miracle tour to America for 6 months. And then my sister asked me in January this year, Sanet, why don't you have a Facebook page? It's so difficult to manage everybody on WhatsApp. And the American ladies doesn't have WhatsApp application. And then we started. So we started with 49 ladies on the Diamond Beauties Forever group on Facebook. And almost 400. A little bit of 6 months later, we're almost 400. And it's going from strength to strength. So that is also something that is just near to my heart, because us as women need to stick together. But ultimately, we have to learn to love ourselves. And we are all beautiful. And we are enough. I just have to say that we are enough.
That is amazing. I'm so happy to hear how it started. It is such an amazing journey that you've had thus far. And, we are just delighted to hear that you are going from strength to strength. It is fantastic, the project that you started. And I know it's touching so many lives. And we are just proud to have you here this evening and proud to hear of the work that God is doing through you.
Thank you.
How would you describe your own leadership journey?
Okay. For me, first thing, I wanted to make sure that my principles and my values are correct. And I must say, I had worked in 2 previous companies in my life. And some of the values I definitely agree with.
Mm-hmm.
And one or two that was a little bit, although the values were beautiful, people didn't adhere to the values. For me, it was important to have my values on paper and my principles. And it makes easy because when I am dealing with somebody and there's not the same value as me, I know I cannot go ahead with this relationship. So for me, my values is important. And then the promise I keep to myself. That is one of the most important things because I love myself unconditionally. I have to keep, I say I have to, but I want you to hear, I have to keep the promise to myself. Because the more you keep your promise to yourself, the more action, the more things you will be able to accomplish. So definitely action. And I've got actually pom-poms that I brought from America. So if you can just hold
We
on.
would love to see them. Please show us. Now,
Action. We want action. ION. Oh wow, that was now wonderful, and the camera didn't move, so I'm so happy. So yes, if you don't take the action, then nothing is going to change. Nothing will happen. So yes, but first of all, you must believe in yourself, and then you must keep your promise to yourself. And I'm a big believer in that.
you were talking about action, and as you were, using those pom-poms, I was thinking to myself, self-love, it all starts with self. You mentioned self-love. We mentioned self-leadership. We mentioned self-discipline. So really, the essence of transformation and transforming other people's lives start with self. First, we have to change.
Exactly. Yes. Self. So I am embarking in writing in my own book. And one thing I've mentioned in there, I said, who was the first person after you were born that you actually realized, when you realize you have toes and you have fingers and you've got a nose. Remember, as you've got a nose. We were our first love. I know your mother and your parents is your first love, but if you think about it, you explored yourself. And when you're a child, you love yourself. You do fun things because you love yourself. But when we grow older, with all the life things that are happening to you and people tell you that you're not good enough, then later on you believe you're not good enough. So self-love, the first thing I would say is you start with a relationship with yourself in the mirror. And I wrote on the Diamond Beauties in a few minutes ago, if you can dare ask this question, but this unspoken question, and you say, mirror, mirror on the wall, who is the fairest of them all? And Juanita, do you know fairest means beautiful?
Yes. So beautiful.
So yes, definitely. If you know yourself and you love yourself unconditionally, then you can actually conquer the world. And everything is possible. It has to start with self. Even if you're in a leadership position, first of all, start with you. And even if you think of, if somebody is working for me and you put yourself in that person's shoes, how would you be treated? How would you love to be treated? And yes, accordingly, stick to your values and your principles. And I say it again, be authentic, be yourself. Because you can just pretend for a little while and then you will forget who You pretending what? You have pretending to.
Yes. I was once you make me think of a seminar that I was in a few years ago where the speaker was saying, when we are small, we are so excited about everything that we are going to do. It's like life has got all these crayons, and the crayons are so colorful, and we can draw on any canvas. And then he says, think back to your grade 12 years. He says, life kind of steals your imagination, because when you get to grade 12, for instance, or you go into adulthood, you only have your pen and your pencil and your ruler. And he said we should really keep that passion, that childlike passion alive, see the canvases that are possibilities, and, go for your dreams and use your crayons. Don't get to a place where you only have your pen and your pencil and your ruler. So yes, I think self-love is something like that. Keep that fire inside of you, and be passionate about the things that you like, and be yourself, like you said, be authentic. I think that's very, very important when you're a leader. Be yourself, be authentic. People want the real thing. They don't want something that is fake. Yeah.
Exactly. And do you know, Juanita, even a broken pencil can still color.
True. That's very true. So for the audience, let's learn that golden nugget this evening. Even a broken pencil can still color.
Yes.
Yes.
Sorry. I just want to say I was on another interview and the lady did a mic drop. So I don't have a mic drop, but this is such a beautiful nugget. I love to say, boom, shakalaka. It means mind-blowing.
Let me try that. Boom shakalaka.
Boom shakalaka.
Okay, second try. Boom shakalaka.
Beautiful.
Thank you so much. I'm going to do that from now on. Tell us, Sanet, would you like to describe for us your favorite memory of practicing leadership in the corporate world? What is your favorite memory that you can reminisce on?
Okay, I remember it yet. I was doing training and it was quite involved training. It was system training for corporate banking.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And I was standing in front of the class and I could see after lunch, these people's minds were not with them. And it was a quite difficult process that we had to go through. So I decided, this is not going to work. And I was asking myself, what are you going to do? And I went inside. I said, God, help me, because if we don't get this part right, then the next 2 days is going to be a waste of the time.
It's going to be difficult. Yes.
And I just saw these beautiful trees outside where we do the training. And I thought, what if I asked everybody to stand up and follow me outside? And I thought, why not? So yes, I asked him to follow me outside. And there was one of the senior managers that was also coming to do the training. And that was a good thing because, some of the senior managers don't do training. And he said he wants to know everything. So he was also my first tree hugger, but he didn't hug the tree that day. I got a few people, I showed him the right way to hug a tree because I am a tree hugger. Mm-hmm. And he was standing there. Afterwards, I think it was 9 years later with his retirement, he said to everybody, and I was standing there and looking at everybody. And I actually were, in hindsight, I am very disappointed in myself that I didn't have the tree because it looked
wow.
And the comments and of the tree hacking afterwards and then going back into the training room and receiving that difficult training on the system, I said, he said to me, you will never forget it. You should have hugged it. But that day, I was like a worry pot because everybody liked it, but he didn't. And I thought, oh, Sanet, today is the day that you are in big trouble. And nothing happened. For months after that, nothing happened. Not in my PD, nowhere. And I continued to, when we did that difficult part, I continued to take out the people to go and hug the tree. And if then people will say to us, to me, Sanet, are you going to take us to hug a tree today?
They wanted to try it.
Yeah, so the most important lesson I've learned as well that day, trust your instinct.
Wow.
Trust it.
Even if it's something unconventional, trust that intuition and lead. Be the authentic leader that you are. So that was you being authentic, Sanet. That was you being you.
Exactly.
Awesome. That's wonderful. Which brings me to the next question. What is your life motto?
Oh, wow. So I have a beautiful life motto. And I'm going to say it first of all, and then I will tell you where it comes from. So for me, I love this saying, yesterday is history. Tomorrow is a mystery. But today is a gift. And that's why it's called the present. For me, how are you going to unwrap your beautiful day and make it as beautiful and fun as you can? Because you don't know what even a half an hour from now will bring you. But if you can be in the present moment, experience with all your senses that is happening around you, you will find that you have received a lot of miracles every day. So this was in a movie called Kung Fu Panda. I think that's the word.
Oh, Kung Fu Panda.
Yes, Kung Fu Panda. This was in Kung Fu Panda, but when I went and look at where it comes from, Eleanor Rosenfeld was one of the people that I've mentioned it the first time. And she was married to President Roosevelt for many years. And a lot of his wisdom, I think, also came from her. So I love that. I love being in the present moment. And that's why, Juanita, my husband saw me just, the electricity, the load shedding was, we had load shedding.
I know.
Was dancing without music. And he came past, he said, Sanet. I said, I'm going to have an interview tonight. So without any music, I made lemons.
Well done. What are your future plans? What do you have on your calendar? Are there any upcoming events? Or the long-term goal? Is there a long-term goal that you want to share with us this evening?
Oh yes, my heart is racing like a million racing horses. Just when you ask the questions, because my birthday was just the other day. And for me, the 20th of June is my new year. I've put down my plan and I've put down my dream list. And with my experience the last year, everything I put on my dream list is coming true. So for me, I want to go to New Zealand for 6 months. Continue with the Diamond Beauties, continue with all the work that I'm doing now. I love being a digital creator. I love being on all the social media platforms. I've learned TikTok and I've learned Instagram. I've learned a lot of things.
Wonderful.
And then there is talks that I will be going back to America next year, July to November, going on a tour in America, being the front lady, if I can call it like that, in this financial workshop that somebody wants to start or do. But I will be the front part, dancing, telling my beautiful journey, my story, and then bringing in my tips how to change your life. Because ultimately, if your why is big enough, you can do anything. You can do everything. So yes,
that sounds wonderful. That sounds wonderful.
Lots of things on my dream list or my bucket list. It's like amazing. I cannot wait.
Tell me, Sanet, we're talking about your bucket list now. What were the top 3 things that you love to complete on that list? I know there were quite a few entries, but what were the top 3 ones? I was just thinking of that now as you were speaking.
Okay. I must just say my top one on my list, it's not completed as yet. Because I didn't see my children and grandchildren for the last 3 years. So this is still my top one that I cannot wait to put orange. And that's my new colors, orange.
Lovely.
Highlighted through is to see I see them every day, but to hug them, I cannot wait. It's been 3 years now. So that is my top one. And for all my adult life, our family was divided into 2 countries, America and Africa. And now the last 3 years, our family is divided into 3 countries.
Oh, I see.
For me, if there's a birthday, if we can have all of us be together. So my biggest dream is to have all our family in one country. And I know it cannot be South Africa. So that's my biggest, but what I have accomplished, it was a miracle going to America. I have accomplished that. Being on stage for the first time, seeing the people, telling them my story, see their reactions. That was a big dream come true. And Juanita, I can tell you now, that one I have dreamed for more than 6 months. And then wait for it. One of my other dreams that came true, let me just get it. Can I quickly shift gears?
Yes. Ooh, I see. Lovely.
I wanted a cowboy hat, and
Fantastic.
It's quite expensive. And then a miracle happened, and I bought this beautiful second-hand hat for $5.
Wow. That's amazing. It looks so beautiful. Congratulations.
Oh, thank you.
Sanet, any final comments? Anything you would like to share with the audience?
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, I just want to say, love yourself first. If you love yourself, you can conquer the world. And I know a lot of you have trouble already, but the stewardess will say, put on your mask first, because you can help a person for 4 minutes. Then you don't have any more life in you if you don't take a breather. So if you put your mask on your face first, you have your whole lifetime to help other people. And then mindfulness, being mindful in the present moment. doing everything, experience with your senses. And then I said, if you know your why, you must start dreaming and you must use all your senses. Today still, I was thinking, every day I'm holding on to the rails and I'm swinging if there's no tomorrow. And remember, for many years, I could not fit in a swing. And I love to swing now because I can fit in a swing.
That's awesome.
I see my son, my grandson Zander, he's swinging next to me. I can see, I can smell, I experience it. And Janita, it's going to happen. Yes. It's going to happen soon because I have dreamed it. So that is a few things that I just want to mention.
Fantastic. It has been such a lovely session. It is so wonderful to have you here. We'll give each other a virtual hug. Thank you so much for taking the time to spend with us this evening to, share your life insights, your dreams, your leadership journey. Thank you very much. We appreciate it, and I'm sure we will be back soon.
Oh, wow. Amazing. Thank you for having me. I must just congratulate you on your channel and on your journey. It is really beautiful. And if you think about it, there's so much possibilities for you and you are taking the action. So I am very proud of you.
Thank you, Sanet. That really means a lot to me. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. And yep, it's a kiss for you as well.
Yeah.
Till we meet again. Thank you so much, Sanet. Thank you, everyone.
Bye, everyone. Bye. Have a beautiful day.
Thank you.